Here's what you missed on Phathead and Cande in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.
My Country 96.1, Phathead, Cande Roth. Cande will be back at some point, taking a hiatus. Yeah, we've had a number of people inquire about Cande's whereabouts. She'll be back at a certain point. Brian, her granddaughter Maeve, everybody doing great. Speak to her all the time, and all is well in her world, her sons and everything. Just taking a little time, and can't wait for Cande's return. Lots going on at this radio station. Our birthday show, 14th birthday show. We're already cranking out our 15th year here, but our 14th official birthday party, June 20th, Chris Lane, Mulcahy's Moles.com, MULS.com. So, excited about that. June 20. That is a Friday. Let's go. Let's get it. And we'll be right there with you. Last time Chris was at Mulcahy's, absolutely incredible. Blew the roof off. Really, really awesome. A few things to get to here. I could never be an Uber driver. I give a lot of credit to those who are rideshare drivers. I know it's more than Uber. There's other companies, but we use the word Uber now as the name, right? It's just I can't imagine. I'd be scared at a certain point picking up certain people, and I don't know who's getting in my car, and just a lot of fear there with me with driving an Uber. One of the interesting things about driving an Uber is the stuff that people leave in it. Now, Uber just released its annual Lost and Found Index. The most common things: phone, wallet, keys, luggage, headphones, things you'd imagine that every day multiple people are leaving in an Uber. But they also released the unique list with a bunch of oddball things that were left in Ubers this past year. Let's roll through some of these. One of them, a mannequin head. That's not unusual, right? Except this one had human hair on it. A mannequin head with human hair made the Uber unique Lost and Found list for the year. A Viking drinking horn. I can think of a few people in my life that need one of those. That would actually be interesting to find and keep. A chainsaw. Listen, this is one of the reasons I can't drive an Uber. Somebody getting into my Uber with a chainsaw, not happening. A live turtle left in an Uber. These are unique things on the Uber Lost and Found list for the past year. This one has no explanation. A urinal. Now, it could have been like a porta potty, could have been like a baby's potty or something like that. That's possible. But a urinal left in an Uber. This one's fun. Shrek ears. Around Halloween, you keep those for sure. A witch's broom. Hey, wicked. Very big in this last year. So, not unusual to find a witch's broom in an Uber. See, here's another one, right? Now, this is better than the chainsaw, but 2 mattresses. This is true. I mean, did they tie it to the roof and forget about it? I don't know. How does this happen? Somebody left 2 mattresses in their Uber. Again, no explanation, but it's on the list. I assume they could have tied them to the roof and, they got out and they ran. Who knows? An aquarium, I guess, with fish, like a tank with fish. How are you getting out of the, unless you're leaving it there by design? How do you leave an Uber forgetting your aquarium? A DNA testing kit. It's an interesting one. A unicycle, also an interesting one. Here, this next one, a bouquet of 100 roses. So you're telling me you get in an Uber, you spend the money for 100 roses, first of all. That could be, what are we looking at there? That's well over $100. It'd be $200 more. I don't know. Bouquet of 100 roses. You're obviously bringing them somewhere or to someone, and you leave them in your Uber. The list of the top things left or lost and found in Uber over the last year. A traffic cone, interesting one. A plunger. Hopefully it was just recently purchased and not used. Someone contacted in Uber. They said they lost a photo they were looking for that they took at a hibachi restaurant that had a lot of meaning to them. Okay, I can understand that. A cactus, some hard-boiled eggs. Yeah, you're not getting into my Uber with hard-boiled eggs. I love eggs, but that's smelling up the Uber for the next ride. No thanks. A sewing machine left in an Uber. Some Cornish hens. Ooh, this is a good one. I would run if I found this. 10 live lobsters. But I right to the hot water, right to the boiling water, I run. You got dinner for everybody. Hannah Montana merch, and here's the best one, Ozempic. Somebody left their Ozempic behind in an Uber. By the way, here are the top food items that someone left. A gallon of Sunny D, 108 eggs. You don't want to leave any eggs behind these days, for sure. How could you forget those? A 5-gallon bucket of beans, 175 sliders, and this one I'm keeping, a bucket of feta. I love feta cheese. I love any cheese. A bucket of feta, absolutely. I'm taking that. No, I didn't find a bucket of feta. Oh, you say you left a bucket of feta? No, can't find it. That thing would be in my fridge so quick. All right, kind of related to the food items that were left in an Uber, here is an interesting new thing happening at certain restaurants. A lot of barbecue restaurants, and maybe others will pick up on it. All right, so we know life is expensive. Society, expensive. Everything's costing more. You go out to eat, things are very, very much going in the wrong direction. We know that seafood towers, obviously, at restaurants are going to be very expensive. So someone came up with hot dog towers. New trend. Fox News just did a big story. Restaurants now offering them instead of seafood towers. Less expensive. Times are tough, and it actually is a lot of fun. They do a huge tower, multi-layered. On one layer is like a pyramid of hot dogs. Then there's a thing of French fries. Then there's a thing of onion rings. Then there's a layer of condiments. You got your mustard and your mayo and your ketchup and your ranch and all the different sauces. So a place in South Carolina called Sir Wiener's is taking responsibility for the trend. They partnered with an upscale place called Lamar's last fall and added a hot dog tower to the menu. And the owner of Sir Wiener's says people love it. You know, friends go in and share it. Maybe you got a Little League baseball team after the game going in to get the tower of hot dogs. It is a little over the top, but they say it's the perfect mix of ridiculous and delicious. So if there's any restaurant owner, I know we got a few that listen to us, the hot dog tower, do it. The condiments, the fries, the onion rings, whatever you got to put on there. I love that idea. Plenty more to do today. We've got your Bald and the Beautiful Entertainment about 8:12. Late 8 o'clock hour, National Days, good news stories, and a couple of criminal stories that just a no-go for me. One person walking down the street with no clothes at all. We'll tell you what happened there. And an attack at a mall on a national treasure. We will get into that as well. Sunny, 46 today, tomorrow 50. Mix of sun and clouds. Phathead and Cande, My Country, 96.1.
Phathead and Cande in the morning, weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.